has been developed over?
It's something that's been developed since Uncharted 2. So when I came on board, they already sort of, that was a whole push to have these cinematic moments, seamless cinematic moments. And that's the most important word, seamless. So we never know when we go into the cinematic back to gameplay.
Last of Us, I mean, I'm excited about the game.
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people are excited about the game. And by the way, give me a copy. Free copy.
I get
Come
3
on.
free copies, 1.
Yeah, all right, thank you. Now you're the lead cinematic. How is it different from Drake Fortunes? What are the new challenges with this new IP?
Yeah, definitely the focus. Again, just like Uncharted, Naughty Dog really focuses on the narrative part of the game. So we have sort of this story element between it's a father figure with a daughter, but they're not actually, you know, it's not a bond they create at the start of the game, and it's a bond they develop over time. So definitely we have this sort of your classic rough kind of guy named Joel, and he's sort of endearing the post-apocalyptic time. So you kind of travel through these like really rough areas, and you're by yourself, and you have to bring this, you know, you have to take this girl with you. No spoilers, but yeah, she's sort of an annoyance at first, so you have to take her. So it's defending yourself and this little girl, but the girl proves to be a little more not as innocent as you thought. So.
Right. So a lot of people talk about you know, games and film, and how there used to be a huge difference in quality and the character. And what we're seeing today, I mean, with Naughty Dog and other game studios, the characters are heavily evolved. They look great. What is Naughty Dog doing to shorten the gap?
Shorten the gap. We're pushing our character models team, and pushing the quality of the work is really sort of making it look visual appealing. Yeah, definitely. One of the key things what we do is we don't necessarily, you know, camera's very important, so we still want to frame our main characters on screen, but do it enough where it doesn't feel like a disconnect between you and the player. So no huge camera cuts, no jumping. Tech-wise, we have a lot to support, sort of going from cinematic moment to gameplay moment.
Yeah, something you established from the start for the game, or is it
something that's been developed since Uncharted 2? So when I came on board, they already sort of, that was a whole push to have these cinematic moments, seamless cinematic moments. And that's the most important word, seamless. So we never know when we go into the cinematic back to gameplay. But in terms of animation, we have a lot of sophisticated tools like animation tools that we have to help us sort of work on top of mocap, keyframe, and we have a motion library that we can borrow stuff. So, you know, for instance, using mocap is a tool. It's just a tool. I wouldn't steer away from it. You know, if it helps you in that situation, by all means. It saves you time to do better, cool stuff, maybe like more action stuff.
So do you use the mocap to develop characters? I mean, like the personalities, or do you guys test out?
Yeah, we definitely, when we do that creative process, figuring out what Joe's like or any new character, we do have, like, the directors do have an idea what it looks like, but a lot of our performance or our acting choices and our performers have influences too at how, you know, our characters develop. Our facial animation is entirely keyframe.
it's entirely
yeah. So we just show the reasons, because we just found like authoring mocap is really tough to work on top, and it doesn't give you the exact results sometimes. The Last of Us, we're a little more, very much realistic, all the subtle nuances. So it's been a challenge. Our cinematic team is mostly our film guys from that background, so they're very familiar with the facial stuff. But I think for the in-game guys, it's a little bit of a switch. So going from in-game to facial, I think there would be this rusty moment, but I don't think it would take very long.
Do you see that, you know, in-game animator stays in-game? And
no, I think it's super helpful. I mean, during a project cycle, you know how it is. Like, cinematics is very much sort of toward the later part of the project, and during pre-pro, there's no story. So sometimes the cinematic guys do have to help out in other areas, such as gameplay. So it's good to know essentially both. And even with cinematics, we still have to deal with technical stuff. So, you know, we don't deal with as much as gameplay does, but we still need that basic understanding.
Your cinematic work and your feature film work are getting close. The pipelines are getting close, or the quality are getting close?
I think the quality is getting close, but still with games, it's tough to get that workflow as similar to a full-on film studio. The way the game process is very iterative prototyping, so it's very hard to kind of have a film pipeline workflow into a game studio sometimes, because we iterate so much as games, and a lot of it too is seeing how it feels and plays out. But I think it's getting closer and closer.